Tony Day and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Reverse the Curse, a comedy drama about a father and son. The father has cancer, and the son conspires to convince him that the Red Sox are winning, so he feels better about not dying. David Duchovny stars and writes. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 14, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. You can see here, he's edited the newspaper and then printed his own paper, and even conspired with the paper boy and the local barber shop to convince him that there's the barbershop, to convince everybody that the Sox are winning, to keep his dad's spirits up, which is nice. That's kind of a nice, wholesome moment. They have a father and son type relationship. The father's constantly calling him his daughter because he has long hair. I think it takes place, I want to say, in the 80s, because of the car. Car's old. And Dave Duchovny wrote a book. Oh my God! Based on the book by David Duchovny, produced by David Duchovny, written for the screen and directed by David Duchovny, starring David Duchovny. David Duchovny did the craft services. David Duchovny did the editing. David Duchovny, it's like, Jesus. Good for you, though. Good for him, doing all the heavy lifting here. I mean, producing, wrote the book, wrote the screenplay, directed. I mean, and starred. You know what? That's it, man. That's like everything. It's just about everything in the damn movie. So good for him. And then Logan Marshall Green is really the main character. David Duchovny is the dad, kind of the character he plays off of. Yeah, David Duchovny is still kind of too handsome for the role, isn't he? He still kind of looks pretty good. You know, he doesn't look like an old crotchety guy. Like, if you were to cast like some old blue-collar crotchety guy dying of cancer, you probably wouldn't cast David Duchovny, right? He's just not grizzled enough. He's just too damn handsome. But still, though, you know, he's doing his best. And I kind of like the wholesomeness of the whole thing. It's a bit old school. You can see the house as well. Here's his remote control. So, yeah, I think this takes place, I'm going to say early 80s. Definitely before the era of cell phones. He's got a bit of a hippie look. Probably coming out of the 70s. He's playing a dude who's trying to be a writer. So I wonder if this is based on Duchovny's, some of Duchovny's personal experience, but Variety seems to like it. So first act, the son comes home, finds out his dad's dying of cancer from a pretty nurse, and then he's taking care of his dad. He also ends up dating the nurse, so there's a romance there. His dad's health seems to be connected to how the Red Sox does, so he conspires to create this elaborate fantasy that the Sox are turning it around, hoping that they will on their own. And so does the dad believe it, or does the dad really know, but he goes along with it? I think the latter's probably true by the end. So he's refusing cancer treatment, and he's slowly dying, probably at a time when cancer treatments were really not very effective, and just caused you a lot of pain. He gets back with, it looks like he gets back with his wife, but here he is hooking up with the nurse, but Duchovny maybe gets back together with his wife. It's all about how baseball sort of brings fathers and sons together. It's a typical theme in a movie that's been done before. Here they are towards the end of the movie. You know, at the second act, ups and downs, and a dramatic peak of some kind, they go to the Red Sox, probably seeing them in the championship. I don't know. Didn't the Sox, weren't they out of it forever? So it's about reversing the curse of cancer. Maybe he reverses the curse of cancer too a little bit. I don't know. Maybe he just goes on to live way longer than the doctors thought. But it seems very wholesome. It doesn't seem particularly funny. But see, they say drama comedy. They got drama first. Okay. It's kind of amusing, I guess. Here's the write-up. Follows Ted, who moves in with his father Marty when he develops a fatal illness. To keep him happy and alive, Ted enlists Marty's grief counselor, Mariana, so I guess that's a nurse, and friends to fake a Red Sox winning streak. I suspect David Duchovny's character finds out at some point and then just goes along with it. So would I see it? I kind of would see this movie, even though I'm not particularly a baseball fan. But I kind of like the positiveness of it. I don't know if I'd go to the theaters. It'd be a fine date movie, just because I think date movies you should generally go see, unless you've been together for a while. It's usually good to see a super positive movie, so you come out of the theaters like, yeah. And I just generally like positive movies, and I get a really good positive vibe for this. So yeah, I might go see this. Sure. I'd probably see it on streaming. I wouldn't expect it to be hilarious. They're not marketing it hard as a hilarious comedy or anything. It's drama comedy. I think we need a new word for that. I don't know. They say dramedies, but that doesn't work for me. Again, the comedy undermines the drama undermines the comedy. I would just call it a light drama. That's what I would call it, drama light. It's not going to be super hard. You're not going to be crying by the end of it. Probably, maybe you cry in one scene, but like not bawling your eyes out, crying kind of movie. This is more of like a light drama. Maybe at the end he dies, but it's kind of like, well, he finally got to do all the things he wanted to do, or there's some sort of wrap up. So yeah, it's called Reverse the Curse. Do we have a date? I don't know. Coming soon, apparently. Coming soon. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Hey, news. I finally did manage to nail down Saturday, and I got another event. Now, this is an event I have done in previous years. It's the Richland Vintage and Toy Fest in Richland, New Jersey. It starts early. It starts 8 a.m., goes to about 3, and it's at Shoreline Vintage in Richland. So they were very nice to squeeze me in. I had turned them down for this day, and then, of course, the second time book things got blown up. So I will be in Richland for the 8 to 3 show. Then on Sunday, Flemington Book Fair. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.